Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. I'm sharing a video that is 1 minute and 25 seconds long. Let's watch it together, and I'll give you my opinion on the subject. Here we go, folks. Between the prophets and the Messiah, whom should we follow?
So the question being asked here is, between Muhammad and Jesus, whom should we follow? Muslims are very clear on this, as we Muslims recognize Jesus as one of the greatest prophets. He is not a believer, meaning that anyone who claims not to follow Jesus is not a Muslim. And we are those who truly follow Jesus. Indeed, because Jesus called us to what? To follow his words, to listen to his commandments, and not to abandon them. And as long as we do not abandon these commandments, then at that moment he will be with us. Isn't that right?
All right, where do you find these commandments from Jesus in the Quran? We obviously find the commandments of our beloved Jesus, the son of our beloved Mary, peace be upon them. All right. Where do you find these commandments in general? If it's in the Gospels that you reject, okay.
The one who follows our tradition, okay? He came and revitalized the belief in Jesus, no one else. It is indeed Muhammad who came, who restored the truth about pure monotheism, who restored the truth about
The one who follows our tradition. Whoever claims to be following Abraham is in fact qualifying himself as foolish. And God indeed also speaks of the worship due. And concerning Abraham, was it Muhammad who would have been? But this is conditional, announced. In verse 6 of Surah 61, by our beloved Jesus, O sons of Mary, peace be upon them. Did Muhammad speak to you about Jesus? Does Muhammad perhaps mention Jesus in your hadiths? Maybe.
having announced his so-called murder, in fact, meaning that people simply wanted to eliminate him because he was on the truth, he announces the good news. That is to say, to the lovers of Jesus, that he is not dead, so they should rejoice about that. And he revitalizes the straight path, the path towards the worship of one unique God. So we follow anyone who truly follows Muhammad, follows the Messiah, follows Moses, and follows the prophets as a whole. For they were all on one and the same path, the worship of one unique God, without any association.
That's true. He is right. One God, one message, and they all are. Except that Muhammad does not exist. So they bring everything back to Muhammad. But the Quran, on the other hand, there is no Quran. He doesn't have the time. Let's read together, everyone. Let's read together verse 55 of the chapter, the Surah 3. Lord, I seek protection with you against the banished devil. When Allah the God says, O Jesus, O Jesus, truly I complete you and I elevate you to me. I elevate you to me. I will rid you of those who have shown disdain, and I will place those who have followed you above those who have shown disdain until the day of resurrection. Then your place of reintegration is with me. I then judge between you concerning that in which you differ. One reads again. Purifying you, elevated, I don't know if that's the right word, but it doesn't matter. When Allah the God says, O Jesus, truly I complete you, and I raise you to me. I also hear, I purify you, I rid you of what they have deemed unworthy, and I will establish those who follow you above those who have disdained until the day, those who have disdained until the day of resurrection. All right. And I will indeed place those who truly and faithfully follow you above those who have disdained before and now, until the day of resurrection. The day of resurrection. It's not a long time, people, but I remind you of these verses to respond to what is being said. Let's go to verse 14 of Surah 6, okay? Verse 6 of Surah 61. O you who have believed, O you believers who have fulfilled the entrusted duty, be the assistants of God, as Jesus the Son of Mary said to the disciples, be like them. O you who have believed, be the assistants of God, as Jesus the Son of Mary said to the disciples, who are my assistants? The helpers, my assistants before God, the God. The disciples said, be like them, say like them. We are the assistants of God, the helpers. All right, translated into Christian, it's fine, it's not a big deal. So a part of the children of Israel was assigned to the helpers, another part to Enya. All right, helpers of God. It's not Momo, it's not the prophet, okay, Muhammad, who brought this teaching to his companions and to the Muslims. To clarify, Momo is a nickname that some people might use, but it is not appropriate in this context. The Prophet Muhammad, who is highly revered in Islam, was the one who conveyed these teachings. He shared his wisdom and guidance with his close companions, who then passed it on to the broader Muslim community. This process of transmission is a fundamental aspect of Islamic tradition and history. We agree. So he is indeed very nice. He brings everything back to Muhammad, who never spoke of Jesus. In the end, he never said he followed the one who announced me. He returned to him. He tells you that he came with pure monotheism like Jesus, Moses, etc., and peace be upon them. But he never brought that teaching in any of his lessons. He never brought that teaching. Sorry to tell you, the truth is this. This is the truth. Okay? So verse 14 of Surah 61 addresses the believers. Be like those. Be like the assistants of God. Be the assistants of God as Jesus, the Son of Mary, said to the disciples, they are my assistants before God. Is there perhaps indeed a hadith from Muhammad that says, be the assistants of Jesus in God? I come to remind you that he is the way, not me. I am the warning. I come to warn you of the good news. Return. Be the assistants of Jesus in God, and I announce to you a terrible day. So he brings everything back to Momo. He is very nice. And God said that those who, when the God says, O Jesus, truly I complete you, I elevate you to me. I rid you of those who have deemed they do not want you. I rid you of them, and I will place those who follow you above those who have disdained until the day of resurrection. There it is, the answer. Do you see? Glory be to God. Still regarding Surah 61, especially verse 6, they have difficulty explaining it because it will require a response. So there you go. So people, may God bless you. 9 minutes and 47 seconds. I leave you. Peace be upon you. Love one another. And